Ms. Zoll.
Good evening, Keiko Zoll, Precinct 5 Town Meeting Member. So I was not here for the first hour, so I apologize if I'm repeating anything that other people have brought up, childcare issues tonight. So a lot of what I have heard today across social media, through text messages, emails, voicemails, is how is this $482,000 going to be spent? And I believe it was Ms. Phelan who was speaking earlier about, we just don't know what that's going to look like. We got to give trust in our superintendent to activate her cabinet to, allocate how those funds will be spent. I would like to remind everybody here, and I've spoken about this at previous town meetings, that every public school district in America received an injection of cash from the U.S. Department of Education by way of CARES Act, ARPA, and what is ultimately known as ESSER funds. Couldn't tell you what it stands for. That injection of cash into American public education was as much as the United States invested via the Marshall Plan to rebuild Europe after World War II. We're talking approximately $300 billion. School committees did not determine how that money was going to be spent. Select boards did not determine how that money was going to be spent. It was left to your local education association, your LEA, as the Department of Ed calls them, which ultimately is your superintendent and their cabinet. We trusted our superintendent to be fiscally responsible with those ESSER funds, and I believe they were. They were very transparent about the process through the entire 3 years. The clock on those funds runs out September 2024. It is presenting fiscal cliffs for every single public school district in this country. I bring all this up to say I applaud Ms. O'Connor for taking the same concept. We just need to inject and infuse with cash to respond to an unprecedented situation experienced by every single child, public, private, parochial, whatever, in this country, globally. I've heard a lot about process, a lot about let's have more meetings, let's have more conversations. Let's bring up the analysis. Let's bring up bond ratings. Important? Yes. Valid? Yes. I'm hearing a lot about this new school building and our schools. What I am not hearing in here is our students. I fully own that I'm a taxpayer in this town. My child does not go to school in this district. He goes to charter. That was a personal choice that our family made. But we are very excited to return back to this district for high school, mostly so I don't have to drive all the way into Marblehead. That said, when I can't necessarily name my child as a student in the school system here, I can tell you about Tommy, I can tell you about Gus, I can tell you about Sam, Izzy, and Lolo, and any other parent or caregiver who has a child in this school system here. Yes, there are valid and competing demands for the needs of our fire department, our police department, our senior center. But if you can't support the students, the children of the community in which you reside who grow up to need those services, to become our firefighters, our police officers, our recreation department people. I'm sorry, I don't know what your titles are. This is super cliche and hackney, but our children are in fact the future. We have to invest in them. We've towed the line for years and years with our school budgets. Is it unorthodox, what was proposed last night? Yes. But you also can't deny the fact that you had a vote of nearly 2-to-1 in support of an unorthodox method at a time of unprecedented crisis within the American public education system. It is the least, I think $482,000 is the least we can do in support of our students. Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Zoll.